So this is how this looks in the sunlight. I started and finished it rather late, so I can't put it on the ground and have my usual close-ups and things, because now there is not enough light left. So later, or actually very soon, I'll show you the postcards on which this is based. It's actually a single image, and I have two cards of it. One is colored in, and one is black and white. And I've seen one early color image of actors in Vietnam, and in fact, their clothes were pink and green and yellow and things that one might not expect, comparing them to things like Cantonese opera, which can be done, but shouldn't always be done. So in this painting, many things were abbreviated because the costumes are extremely elaborate and they involve many secret dragon faces and faces of bats and that kind of thing. Also, I'm not too good at feet, as you can see. Their feet in the photograph are actually much more nuanced. Oh, the thing that I thought was interesting, though, is that this picture originally was captioned as an actor-manager, or rather just a manager and his star. And it's interesting that the manager of a theater would grow these long, scholarly fingernails, symbolizing the lack of a need to do manual labor and that kind of thing. Because actors, as I'm sure everyone knows, traditionally all over the world have been considered either magical or outcasts. In Asia specifically, they didn't have places in the hierarchy. They were kind of outside of it, but not in a good way. They were without status, not sort of beyond status. In Vietnam, I think they said "Dao Get Wo Loai." Sorry about my accent. If I'm not prepared, it's not very good, but it basically means actresses and actors have no place. They have no type. Luai is like rui in Japanese, or lei in Chinese, like type of person or category. So anyway, now that I've explained this, you'll excuse me if I simply put this in a safe place here on the ground, and now I can show you these postcards, which, you know, some people might put out on a table or something like that, but since I'm here at my house and not somewhere else, I will just put them here on the ground. So you see, and it's dry. See, the grass is perfectly clean. It's fine. So, as you see, we have here a so-called manager of a theatrical troupe and his premier actress, or role player, I guess. But in Vietnam, according to a book about the theater that I read at some point, actresses have always played female roles, so I have certain reasons to believe that this is a woman. And the weird thing is that she has only one feather. Normally I would expect two feathers, you know, for symbolizing a general or something like that, but here there's just one. Also, I'm not sure where it's attached. Could be the hat, could be behind someplace. In the black and white one, you can actually see the details better because the person doing the coloring in the other one just kind of got lazy, you know, as I did, and filled in many of the details with blocks of color, not differentiating the different parts. You can see the feather on the hat got sort of lost, and the extra pom-poms on the hat got made into part of the background. Anyway, then there you see the actual long fingernails. I moved to this posed sort of portrait of actors, or even, you know, if we're going to talk about the power of the gaze and all of that kind of much talked about stuff, you know, a typography of types of humanity or something like that. I moved to this after doing the more play, drama-based theatrical scenes, because there just aren't too many images of theatrical scenes in progress or people who are supposed to be acting. So I thought that moving to actors or people who are supposed to be actors would be a decent enough step from that. And so here we have people. I'm inclined to believe that it really is an actor manager and one of his actors, and not people who've been dressed up as this kind of thing, because it's not a typical type of person that you would depict, in part because actors were not part of the traditional system. So I'm assuming these people are as they are described. And in that particular case, it's kind of nice to see that they're a bit sort of smug and not that trusting, and yet, you know, they're able to hold their expressions very deliberately. I mean, mine are not quite so powerful, and they've become different people. But again, that's my shortcoming, not theirs.